So this is the methodology I put together to get people to think through and create a plan that's personal for them. So I call it the START methodology because we all want people to start this process as soon as possible, regardless of whether they sell their stock or not. So start is S is about self-awareness. I think the number one thing here is, and I like this graphic a lot, is people think of volatility is a positive thing. It always stocks always go up. But this graphic shows you that wherever you are, volatility could mean going up or down. What is the amount of volatility you can experience in your portfolio and be psychologically comfortable? What I mean by comfortable means is you don't panic. You don't consider, oh, I need to change things or I need to act right now because I'm uncomfortable with how my stock or my portfolio is moving. So ask yourself that question. And there are tools which I can refer you to help you to get a better feel for that. And then the other question is how much company stock is too much for you? A concentrated stock position, as defined technically, is anything over 5% of your portfolio. Why is that? Because it takes about 20 positions in equities to really take the individual company risk out, where you're only exposed to the market. And that's why people say 20 into 100%, 5% is the maximum. Uh, but people in Silicon Valley especially don't think that way, and they've had benefit from taking on more risk. But the important thing is when you're determining how much is too much, you need to think about the context, right? Your age, the obligations you have, how long you're going to be investing and working, what your growth goals are, and then the risk tolerance that we talked about. So it's very much an art rather than a science to figure that out. But I do want to call out three mistakes that I see people make over and over again. The first one is knowing your company, but not your stock. People think if they understand their company and they understand the way the company, how well the company is doing, that they're going to know which way the stock is going to move. And the examples I had earlier will show you that that isn't necessarily the case. So keep that in mind. Underestimating downside volatility, we talked about that. We all know the upside, it's a wonderful thing. Downside can be quite painful. And then complacency, just, hey, that sounds complicated. I'm just going to leave it the way I have it. And people do nothing. That almost invariably leads to leaving chips on the table because people ultimately act if the stock moves against them.